Yo, One Piece chapter 10, 12. Wow. 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 Nami knocked the shit out of Ulti. That's what I've been waiting on right there. That's what I've been waiting on. Nami already showed big balls, right? When she refused to disavow Luffy's dream to become the king of the pirates. She showed big balls. But by standing up for Tama after Tama got hurt, after she got struck by Ulti, this is why Nami is best girl. Like, I'm not even trolling right now. It's the shit like this that makes me love Nami as a character. My God, this is so beautiful, man. This is so beautiful. And like the artwork where you saw the shading and the contrast, Jesus, that is so beautiful. I love what we got here in this chapter, man. Like when Nami tried to kind of play both sides, where she's like, hey, Big Mom, you know, this is the people that burnt down that town you were talking about. You should kick their ass. Big Mom said, yo, bitch, I got you next. Nami tried to then turn around and say, hey, Ulti, this is the one that kicked Page One's ass. Don't you want to kill her? Ulti's like, yo, bitch, I'm going to get you next. But the moment that she struck Tama, you saw Nami just come up and knock the shit out of Page One. Now, granted, it was a sucker punch. Let's just say it for what it is. That was a sucker punch. But nonetheless, that was still a very beautiful moment right there. I love what we saw here. This kind of goes back to that whole theme of the new world is about protecting the next generation, protecting a child's innocence. I love seeing stuff like that. And I love that, again, it was Nami that was doing it. We're seeing a little bit more of Nami's protective and nurturing side. I love this right here. Now, going back a little bit, I did think it was kind of cool that you see the Scabbards and they're running and they're trying to get to Momo. And you got Kiku fighting through the pain. Kiku is asking Kinemon, let me be the one that takes down Kanjuro. I'll take him out for good. Don't worry about that. And then you also get that moment where Pedro's comrades end up finding out the truth that Pedro ended up passing away in order to allow Luffy and everybody the opportunity to make it to Wano themselves. And so you see the revenge arc kind of being set there. I like seeing more of that payoff. And what I also like is how Yamato is also kind of given a little bit of a run, in my opinion, on Nami's best girl. And I gotta say, if Yamato joined the Straw Hats, I'd be very happy. Like between Yamato and Carrot, I'm kind of leaning towards Yamato. I like that energy right there. I really like that. And there's just something to be said about Luffy taking the daughter of one of the four emperors of the sea and having her join his crew. I really, really hope that this ends up being something that happens. And I like the revelation that Momo, in the last chapter, it was like, wait a second, does he have observation haki? And now we're seeing the same thing. He's got that observation haki. He's hearing the voices and he's able to sense what's going on. So I like seeing that. And I like how we get this really good moment where after Yamato vows to go basically rejoin the fight, you got Momo and he's reading Odin's travels. And it looks like he's found something. So I'm kind of curious what it is that he actually saw. Now, on the other side of this, you also see how Sanji is carrying Zoro's damaged body. And we get the flashback where basically Law and Zoro ended up falling right into the care of Sanji. Zeus is flying off and he flies off at the moment that he hears Nami's name. Again, more foreshadowing, in my opinion, that we're likely going to see Nami reunite with Zeus, especially now she's got to fight Ulti. I think that's likely going to happen. Now, I like how Sanji has this moment where he's going into Super Simp mode. And he's like, man, why couldn't it be women falling from the sky? And the only thing I was thinking of in that moment was like, fam, you know, it could be worse. You could have been on that island with all those men that were dressed up like women. So, you know, take your victories where you can get them, fam. It ain't what you're asking for, but you know, you got your comrade. And I like how Sanji's talking this shit to Zoro. He's like, man, what the fuck happened to you, motherfucker? And Zoro's like, hey, bitch, I was fighting Kaido and Big Mom. And Sanji's like, hey, kind of makes sense right there, fam. Well, you know, I'm guessing Luffy's okay, right? And Zoro basically says, man, Luffy figured something out. I think he's going to win. And Sanji kind of makes me regret calling him a beta for a second because Sanji's like, hey, I always knew he was going to win. And it's one of those things where, you know, Sanji is a bit of an interesting case to me because there is something to be said about this man's moral code to never hit women, and the fact that ever since he's rejoined the Straw Hats, you can argue that Sanji's debt to Luffy's bigger than it's ever been. So it's one of those things where I can respect the character. I still think that he's third, but it's moments like this that really make you want to kind of change your mind when you see how Sanji was carrying himself right here. And I like how Zoro is kind of giving the orders like, yo, we need to get to performance floor. It's one of those things where, you know, Zoro's kind of chill and he's relying on Sanji. And I like that Oda kind of went this route. While you do get the comedy aspect of Sanji and Zoro and they're kind of going back and forth and everything, it just shows that their relationships come a long way. Because when you go back to, like, say, Little Garden? No, it was the arc where you got Foxy and the Foxy Pirates. When they were working together, like, them dudes was in an eternal piss contest during that time. Well, right now, Zoro trusts Sanji enough to take care of him while he's injured and recovering his strength. And it's one of those things where it just shows where the relationships come. And I like that. That's great character development right there. Now, when it comes to Big Mom, I thought that the way that the camera angle for this panel was done, where you see Big Mom and everybody's kind of looking up at her. In particular, you got Big Mom and she's towering over page one. I thought that was very good. Very, very detailed with the expression and the shading. I love that. Very expressive faces from the reactions where you got the mouths open and the tongues out, and you got page one and it's completely in the ground. You got the smoke clouds going up. You got the speed lines and the very stern expression from Ulti as she's rushing towards Big Mom. I love what you got right here. This is really good. Now, I have to say, when Ulti took out that lion that they were riding on, and then she smacked Tama, it was one of those things where everything was done very good in terms of the build-up for that. The only thing I think that probably could have been done a little bit better is I do think that shot where Nami was holding Tama could have been a little bit bigger. I think this is going to look very good when it gets animated. Like, this is probably going to be one of those episodes I'm going to jump ahead to when the anime finally gets this, because I think that that's going to be very touching when you see the music. And again, like the camera angles where you see the dominating presence of Big Mom and you got the close-up of Big Mom in one panel and you see the mouth on upward and the way the shading's done, and you see the shading where Nami just strikes Ulti. I thought, again, this was very, very beautiful artwork right here. But I mean, overall, I got to give this one a solid 9 out of 10. I like this chapter a lot, man. I like this one a lot. Obviously, anything when you got Nami doing some real shit, I got to bump that score up. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.